Okay, this is a tough video, man. This is a bit of an emotional one for me. I don't I didn't think I would ever have to be sitting here making an announcement like this. I never thought, expected, believed that we'd ever be in a place where this needs to happen, but we have reached it, and I'm very mixed in emotions. I'm very mixed. On one side, I'm about to go on the biggest and the best journey of my life, an experience like no other. But on the other end, leaving for now a community that I love so dearly and have so passionately dedicated my life to for the last 15 years. Since I was a young, blonde, streaky haired kid, I've passionately supported the Gold Coast Titans through every step of the way. Through all the downs and arguably more downs. There haven't exactly been an incredible amount of ups, to be fair, on a season-long basis. But the ups, what I find, is through the community and the people around me, the people that I have loved so very dearly for so long now. But in today's video, I need to announce that I'm not going to be at Titans games for the foreseeable future, whether that be home or away. If you guys know this channel and you know me, you know I've been to every single Titans game, home or away, for the last 3 years. And the only reason 3 years is because of COVID. Before that, I was at probably 95% of Titans home games for the entire 2010s decade. And I've given everything that I possibly can to being as loud and as passionate and to promote a club that doesn't have an active influence in regards to the wider NRL community. I'm doing what I'm doing because I need to do it for myself. I want to grow, mature, and be a better person mentally, physically, and understand and appreciate perspective. I want to appreciate the world that we live in and experience what it has to offer. And with that, unfortunately, means that I do have to take a step back from the Gold Coast Titans and take a step back from making rugby league my entire personality, because it's not. I've made mistakes through my passion. And everyone makes mistakes. If you sit there right now and say, oh, I hate BKR because of this reason or that reason, that's your opinion, that's your perspective. But if it's because you believe I've made a mistake, just understand that you've also made mistakes. And I understand and appreciate that with my youth, the older I've gotten, the more I've understood. But with my youth, everything I would say was to make me believe internally that this club would be successful. And everything I've done has been with pure intent. I have never intentionally gone out of my way to hurt someone. And if I have, I am deeply apologetic. If I've said something that has upset you greatly, I apologize. And I truly mean that. Because I need you to understand that it was never said with an intent to hurt. It was always said with the belief and the passion for my own club and defending us, because we are the easy beat. We are the club that has always been the target, because we are not successful, which ultimately means it's easier to attack. We don't have a large fan base, but I will tell you that we do have a true fan base. There are people that go to Seabus Super Stadium every single week. There are people who actively support this club just as much as me. Maybe not by going to every single game home or away, maybe not by having a social media channel, but there are beautiful people, whether that be the front line or the rest of the entirety of the stadium, or even if you're at home, no matter where you are in the world, you are just as important to this club as anybody else. The club needs you. They can... I'm not going to get down that path. The club needs you greatly to support them. And while I say all this, I'm not stopping BKRsport. I will still be streaming. I actually haven't live streamed it besides the preseason game this weekend, just gone. I haven't live streamed a Titans game in a very long time because I've been at the games. I will be streaming live on the channel every single Titans game from wherever I'm in the world. And to mention where I'm going, I will be obviously in Vegas with my mum for the Sharks game because she's a Cronulla fan. She's from Cronulla. Then we're going to go to Hawaii for a couple of days. And then I'm going to go to India for 3 months. I'm going to go to Vietnam for 3 months and see my dad for the first time in 8 years. He's Australian, as a lot of you will know, but he does live in Vietnam. And then I'm also going to go to Thailand for a little bit because I feel like this area of the world will mature me greatly. And that's the ultimate perspective. And as you guys would know, we do have BKRtravel, which is creating content surrounding travel because I need to separate myself from just rugby league and just sport and show off more about who I actually am and what I actually believe in. Because a lot of people, when you look at social media and when you look at things online, people take you as you are in that snippet. They think that every single thing about you is what they see in a 20-minute vlog or a 2-hour live stream talking specifically and directly about rugby league. You don't know me. You don't know my intentions. You don't know my passion on a whole. For anyone who thinks that doing something like what I do is just for financial gain, and there are people who think like that. There are people who are vocal in regards to an apparent intention of change, an apparent change of direction from maybe what I was 15 years ago to what I am now. And what I respond to that is, one, God forbid someone try to create a career out of a passion. God forbid. So deeply apologetic. Hey, listen, if this is someone out there who does the same thing and people start to talk like this, don't give a shit what they have to say because they don't know. Especially not corporates, man. Especially not corporates. Because they don't own you and they don't dictate you. Alright, that's just their opinion. But you know who you are. So that's my response in that part. And in the second part, personally in regards to me, if you want to go and look at the financial outtake compared to the financial intake for what I put into this channel and for what I do to support the Titans in fourth last, mind you, fourth last, 3 seasons in a row. Going to New Zealand, Canberra, Melbourne, Townsville, Brisbane, Newcastle, Sydney a billion times, going to all these places. You think that that's for financial gain? Do you know how much money that costs? I do it because I love this community. I did it because I'm passionate for what this community represents, what this team represents. I did it because I believe that by creating content and putting myself out there in support of this team, that it encourages other people to do the same and get out and support their team. That's my beliefs. And that's always been my beliefs. There's nothing wrong with anybody trying to create a career out of your passion. So don't let anybody tell you that that's not something that you can do or insinuate that that's a negative thing. That's just them holding you back, man, trying to hold you back. Don't let anybody ever make you think that that is wrong. And secondly, again, the comparisons make the argument silly. If you do what I've done, if you become, which I encourage other people to do, a similar kind of fan to what I've been. Understand it is hard, especially for a team like the Titans who have never been successful. And again, we're expected to be grateful for 2016 and 2021 and 2 losing seasons, mind you. Had to rely on the Tigers in 2016 to lose. Had to beat the Warriors by 11, but also had to rely on the Sharks and Raiders to lose in 2021. So, no, sorry. I'm not grateful for those 2 losing seasons that we finish in 8th position. But yet I'm still here. But yet I've still been there every single step of the way. Why? Because of the love of it. I've still embarrassed myself every single week. I've still put myself out there every single week. Why? Because I love it. I love the Gold Coast. That has always been the intention. And if you say otherwise, you don't have a clue. I'm just sad. I'm sad but excited. I don't want anyone to lose their passion. I don't want anyone to lose their faith. I'm not the young lad that I once was. I'm still young. 30 years old is super young, man. If you're 15, you probably think I'm an old man right now with a walking stick. But 30 years old is incredibly young. I need to experience the world. I do. I need to experience what the world has to offer. So I will be streaming majority of games in the NRL, wherever I am, whether that be India, Vegas, Hawaii, Vietnam, Thailand, Fiji, doesn't matter. I will be streaming it. I'm not giving up on BKRsport. I've always put too much of myself into it. And I love conversating with you. And that's to the people who watch these. If you're still watching this right now, I appreciate you. And I always have, and I always say it at every video. It's not just some YouTube guy just saying that for the sake of it. I have always said that out of passion and out of loyalty and out of love, man. And it will always be that way. Because you give me the ability to be happy doing what I love. And yes, sure, creating a career out of it. God forbid that someone is allowed to be happy. God forbid. But there's always going to be haters. And although they may think this is a win, by me stepping away, it isn't because of you. It's because I need to experience what life has to offer outside of just rugby league. Because I am deeply emotional. I am deeply financially invested, physically invested, mentally invested. Invested, you name it. I am it. In every capacity. So with that comes a strong response. Comes a strong personality. I want to see my team successful. And sometimes that comes across the wrong way. And I take that absolutely understandably. I completely understand how that can be taken the wrong way. If you're a fan of another team and I've said something negative about your team, hey, listen, I get it. Because if you said something about the Titans, I'd get upset. And I do. And that's something that I've had to adjust and understand. Nowadays, I will critique the game and critique the team rather than take the banter and sledge approach that I have in the past. Life is all about learning, living and learning. So, let's finish it up here. As you guys know, like I've said, I will be streaming all the games. If you still want to keep up to date with my travel vlogs and creating content overseas and exploring the world, you can check out BKRtravel, which is going to be a pinned comment in the video in the comment section. This has been a very different video to what we'd normally do. It's been very honest. I'm very out there. I'm never going to be everyone's cup of tea. But if you do enjoy this content, and you do enjoy who I am, and you do understand that I am a human who is just enjoying sport like you, then please understand my intention is always to back my community, to back my team, and it's never with any ill intent, and it never has been. But I'm going to jump off here for now. I hope you understand this video. If you're a Titans fan, don't let my stuff impact you. I'll still be here. I'll still be loud. And I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss being at games. Because for my entire young life, I've been there. And I've enjoyed every moment with the front line. And this isn't goodbye forever. It's just goodbye for now. I don't know when I'll be back. But I'll be back one day. I just need to go experience a bit before I can do that. So keep flying the flags high. Drum away as loudly as possible. I'll do my part with the streams and creating content here still. And Titans fans, you do your part by being as loud as you possibly can as well. A lot of people might enjoy the fact that I'm going. A lot of people will also be upset because I see so many beautiful souls come to me, home or away. And they're the ones that I focus on. I love the Gold Coast. And I always will. It's just time for me to grow. Alright guys, much love. I'll talk to you guys very soon. This is not how our content usually goes, man. This is just a big announcement that I've had to make. But by the time you see this, I'm already in Fiji. See you guys on the streams this week. Alright, much love. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. Go Titans. See ya.